Hey guys, it's right where we left off, like nothing happened. Welcome back to the Build Show. Again, this is a continuation of yesterday's build, because we had the incorrect fans. So here we are. We're here to finish this build, once and for all. We got the correct fans here today. So now we'll be able to finish the build. Thankfully, Micro Center had all the fans. So let's go ahead and just dive into it and continue where we left off. And we're back. Like nothing happened. I have all the fans now. All the right ones. I also checked to see if we could get another universal PCIe cable for the Cooler Master bracket, and unfortunately the cheapest one there was like $140, and it was because it was like an obnoxiously long one, so that wasn't really an option. I don't want all that extra cable in there, and it would be, I guess, kind of upside down. Really can't do a vertical upside down. Never really thought of that. So I'm glad I didn't go with that. Hey, what's up? Any issues so far? No. Just my issues getting started. Again. But I was thinking about that vertical bracket, and I was even thinking about getting another one at Micro Center. The problem is the vertical will be upside down, and all the weight will not be supported. You really can't even do a vertical graphics card when you're in reversed. Not without a special adapter, which we'd have to order online and would not be here. So, fortunately, I was going to try to surprise you and get you back to vertical. That's really not an option. We have all the fans here, so we can finish the build. And then the adapter for the USB front panel I actually ordered, and I have it arriving tomorrow. So we'll have that taken care of as well tomorrow. But as you can tell, Dave and I spoke, and he's willing to wait. And I don't blame him. It's the thought that counts. I appreciate it. No problem. I tried. Trying to make it perfect. And no, Mrs. Empower not have the baby yet. Or I wouldn't be here. But it's literally any day now. It can literally happen any day. We don't know exactly when. But it will happen. We'll get it this time. There's literally nothing else that could stop us from finishing this build. We could have finished it yesterday with the incorrect fans, but that's kind of dumb for me. You paid for these fans, and that's what you get. There isn't anything wrong with the other fans, it's just these are higher end fans. And then they would be aesthetically correct throughout the entire build, matching, which is what we want to see, right? Don't say that. Remember the last time you jinxed yourself? When was that? I don't even remember that. Cat Tuna doesn't know what he's talking about sometimes. Sometimes he's confused. Sometimes Tad is a little confused, you know, and says things that he doesn't know. I don't think I've ever jinxed myself. Yep. have no idea what you're talking about. Quote him now. In the event something does happen. Yeah, you guys can clip that. A few streams ago, you had problems with a controller on the King 95 Pro. That was me forgetting to plug something in. That's what that ended up being. I forgot to plug in the SATA, because there's 2 SATA cables for that. There's so many that it has 2 power connections. And the second one was buried underneath all the other cables. I didn't see it. I forgot about it. Plugged it in. Then I was like, oh yeah. That's why the rest of that isn't working. So we figured it out relatively quick. Didn't we? I remember that being a pretty quick fix. Okay. Now that we have all the fans replaced, get our radiator screws out before we're sitting there holding a radiator to go in. Feels so weird not doing the EPS cables first. Go backwards. Put that cable down in there. Now, I could have taken this tray completely out, and we could have done it a little more conventionally. But, who's got time for that? That fit very nicely. Another good thing is that we got the Arctic Liquid Freezer 3 because it's got super long hoses, which means we should be able to get around the GPU because we have to work our way around the GPU. Right? Because we have this big GPU in the way now. I'll show you what I'm saying, what I mean here in a little bit. Hey, what's up, Gary Smith? Welcome back to the Build Show. I got a set of 3 fans blowing full pelt. The rest are just ticking over on the hub. Do I have to change the settings in the BIOS? Is that an MSI motherboard, Gary? If it's an MSI motherboard, then most likely, yes, you'll have to go into the BIOS and tell it if they're PWM, that they're PWM fans, not DC controlled fans. For some reason, MSI likes to default to DC, even though a PWM is plugged in. It's kind of retarded. Should be smart enough to figure it out. Yep. You'll have to go into the BIOS to go to the hardware controller. Can't think of the name. And then go into the fan that's running at the highest RPM, which is probably going to be that fan or that header, and then tell it it's PWM. Set it to PWM. There should be a little box to tick in the BIOS, and then save and exit, and that should fix that problem. But that is a stupid MSI thing. Don't know why. And it does it to every single header except for the pump and the CPU fan header. Those actually identify as PWM automatically if they're PWM. But all the other stupid fan headers default to DC. I only asked because it seemed odd. Yeah. Because the rest of your fans are probably on the CPU header, so they're probably running fine. Is what I assume. You know? GPU has 2 retaining brackets, front and back. AIO has a full metal cage. That I will have to look up where the hex screws are because I didn't see them. Ugh. GPU has retaining. Okay, hold on. I've been studying the Lenovo case and all the extra brackets they have inside this case I have to remove is a little extreme. Yes. Yeah, most of the time those pre-builds have a lot of extra because they ship them completed with the GPU installed, etc. They don't want them moving around, and then they don't want parts coming loose, you know, during shipping. They don't want parts coming loose while a customer opens it up. So to reduce the return rate or the damage in shipping, they put all that extra crap in there. Going around and making sure our screw tension is all correct. Using my handy dandy tension checker, which is my hand. Just want to make sure it's nice and taut. Don't want those loosening up on us. Okay, so now that's in place. We can lay it back down and get our GPU in. And I'm going to put the GPU in before I put this block the CPU, because I just want to make sure I have it all lined up right. Oh. But now it's starting to look like a gaming PC. So let's put in a graphics card upside down. It is indeed a 3-slot card. One, two, three. Tighter than I thought it was going to be. All right. There we go. See? Oh boy. Thought these were longer too. We might have to slide it over a little bit. Do we rotate the AIO? That would be the only other option, is to rotate it. If we can't get it far enough over. Should have checked it before I tightened all these. Huh. That distance makes that big of a difference? Like, I would have never thought of that. So we're gonna have to rotate this radiator. That's just the only way I could do it, and then the hoses will just have to come over the graphics card, which is what I didn't want to do. I hate doing that. Or we have to go vertical with the AIO. That's the only other option. And I don't want to do that. Wanted the AIO on the top. Let's try rotating it and see what it does. It's because I'm special. Here we go. Shut up. I just hope the brackets on the GPU are removable. Yeah, most likely they should be. Probably like a PNY card rebranded as IBM or Lenovo. Wow, that card is huge. Yeah, that is a Founders Edition 4090. Super nice card. I have a feeling I've done them before, but not in this particular case. It was in the regular Evo, and I didn't have this much trouble. At least I don't remember this much trouble. And I built it with pretty much the same parts too, so, or at least close. Like it was the 3090 instead of the 4090 back then. But it was right when the Evo came out. So when he said, "Yeah, let's go reverse," in my head I'm thinking, no problem. That's easy. Lee and Lee cases are easy to do reverse. Generally. The problem is it's the XL, so everything's bigger. Meaning the AIO is further away from the CPU than, say, in the Evo. There's more distance. One thing I didn't account for when I was buying the parts, because I didn't know I was doing a reversed build. Wasn't told I was going to be doing a reverse build until right before I started. And if he did mention it, then I forgot. Before. Maybe he mentioned it. My memory's just been terrible lately. So it very well could be. Here we go. Alright, so if we're rotating that, then we're going to want to rotate this. Alright. Got 2 screws in there, so let's pick this and see if it works now. Yeah, I mean, that's how it's going to have to be. We're also going to have to go this. This is how it should mount. So, yeah. He donated a kidney for it. I don't know, Dave, did you donate a kidney for it? I take responsibility for waiting. Wanting high-end parts. Shake my head. It's okay. It wasn't the wanting high-end parts part. It was the, it was me forgetting the fan. So it wasn't you. It was all me, man. Hey, Chris, what's up? 4090? Yes, this is a 4090. Sorry, Mr. Chat over there. And yes, it is a beefy. It's the 4090 Founders Edition. So got the fan on each side of the card, as well as some major airflow throughout the card. It's a really cool design. Same design, the cooler. It's pretty much the same design as the 3000 series as well. So if you're familiar with those, it's pretty much the same design. But we're doing a reversed build. So this is the top of the case and this is the bottom of the case. And that's so we could set it up on the left side of the desk and have the glass facing us. For Dave. Inverted build, yeah, it's reversed. So we're in the Lian Li Evo XL, and this is the first time I've ever done a reverse build in the Lian Li Evo XL, which is a lot larger. And I was trying to put the radiator with the hoses on this side, and then I found out even with the Arctic Liquid Freezer 3 with extremely long hoses, it still wouldn't reach right. So we had to switch it around to come this way over the GPU, which is not what I wanted to do. But I really want the radiator at the top for the airflow. I think that's going to give it the best temps for the CPU cooler to be on the top exhausting. And basically, it'll draw all the air up towards the card and the CPU and exhaust. So, and this rear fan on the back side, I have a reversed blade for it. So I'll be putting that in as well. All right, so now that we know where our cooler is going to go, I'm going to try to center this up. I think that's going to be the best it'll do. And then we'll, I just don't want this flapping around. I lift it up. Oh. Finish mounting the radiator since we know this is where it's going to go. We now know this is its home. Yeah, I've got an AIO as intake in front, and it's not the greatest for cooling. Yeah, the downside of that is you increase your temps for your GPU when you do it that way, because it's intake. So it's pulling all that cool air in through the radiator, which is great for your CPU, but it's dumping all the hot air from your CPU directly into your case, and your GPU is suffering because, and also the rest of the components in the system. So the modern design is to exhaust your radiator for your CPU at the top, and then if you had a liquid GPU, you would expel that out the side of the case or have intake through there. But either way, you want your hottest item on the top, which in this case, or this build, we only have one radiator, which is up here at the top anyway for the CPU. The GPU gets all air-cooled. An air-cooled experience. But it's important to make sure you do all that. But you have it in push-pull. So that'll help a little bit. It actually helps more with noise when you're in push-pull, and it will give it a boost if you run Cinebench and you have the CPU pegged at 100%. It'll help with thermal throttling. It'll last longer before it starts to thermal throttle with push-pull because it has double the fans on it. So it's pushing and pulling the air through the radiator, which helps. But mostly, the reason why you do push-pull is for noise. This is double the airflow, which means the fans don't have to work as hard to make double the airflow. So you can get the same temperatures as the same temperatures as 3 fans with 6 at a lesser RPM, which makes less noise. That's generally why you do that. A whisper quiet. The problem with this radiator in this particular case is it does not like, because the radiator on this Arctic Liquid Freezer 3 is extra thick. So you got to be mindful of that. So if you add another 25 millimeters from the fan with push-pull in this situation, it probably won't fit. It'll be too big. In fact, I know from experience, I've done it, tried to do it, and looked like an idiot on the stream like, oh yeah, it doesn't fit. When you think it would. But there's not 25 millimeters of clearance there between the top of this fan and that motherboard. You'd be running into the motherboard. You got Corsair fans? Any suggestions for anything to set my fan curves besides IQ? No, with Corsair, you're pretty much forced to use IQ. Unless you have a synchronization cable from the IQ block to your motherboard, where you can synchronize it to the motherboard and run that. It would take me 2 years to save up for a high-end PC. I believe you could do it faster. I heard selling feet picks speeds things up, Ant-Man. Yeah, how do you think I... No, I'm just kidding. I sell my feet picks. You guys just have to go look at Empower Feet on, what do you call it? OnlyFans. Just look up Empowered Feet on OnlyFans. If you guys actually look that up, that's just sad because it's sarcasm. Love all the black and silver. Yeah, it's a great look. It's gonna be a really nice build. We'll have it fired up here in a little bit. We're really all we have to do is finish blocking the CPU with thermal paste, install the rear fan, get the power supply in there and all the cables plugged in, and do some cable management on the backside, and then we're ready to fire this thing up. Hey Chris, I was wondering where those other comments were coming from. Yeah, we stream to Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Kick. And tonight seems like Twitch is pretty quiet over there. Ayo! Cryonaut for the win. Yes, we're going to be using Cryonaut Extreme, which is some of the best. What I really like about the Cryonaut Extreme is that it doesn't wear out as quickly, so it can last a very long time without having to repaste, which is why I put it in there, because most times when I build a PC for somebody, they don't bring it back. Dave is one of the few that has brought it back because he wanted to do an upgrade so quickly. So it's pretty rare for me to come across somebody that does come back, so I try to put the best pace that I can in with the budget, because it'll last for a long time. So this Cryonaut Extreme, this will last a good year under extreme load, and probably a good couple years if it's just regular gaming. You got the 12900K 3080 64 gig 4800 DDR5, yes. Was somebody asking about that? Oh, because Ant-Man was sharing his specs, which is Ryzen 7 5700G, 64 gigs, 3200 megahertz RAM. And Chris, he's got the 3700K, 3090, 32 gig. 3090 is still a great card. DDR5, 5600 megahertz. Yeah, that's a good build. I think with the DDR5, I would have liked to see 6,000, at least 6,000 megahertz CL30 on that RAM. What's the timing on that RAM? Do you know, Chris? And have you had any issues with it? Like I said before, Dave's not getting Christmas cards this year. Wow. You know they're being sarcastic, right, Dave? I think they're just jealous because of your build. It's honestly what it comes down to. CL16. Shit. That's some pretty low timing. I don't think I've ever seen CL16 with DDR5 before. Pretty low. Unless you meant DDR4, which would have been probably more in the 4,000 range. Nah, I love the comments. Oh, they're great. Awesome. Dang. Just all damn motorsports. Welcome to the build show. Hopefully you build a ton of PCs. Looks like a slow year. Yeah, it's been a super slow year. We're at 159 and a half because we started this build yesterday and we didn't finish it because I somehow stupidly bought 120mm fans for the 420mm radiator. So, oops. So I had to go to run to Micro Center and pick those up today. But we're back here. We're doing it. We're finishing it. Because I'm special. Get one side started. Yeah, I probably should have got this plugged in. Yeah, pretty much the answer to the problem with the build count is the economy sucks. That's pretty much what's going on. Do I go out this way and then go back around, or go back down this way? I think we'll just do that. You have a vertical bracket I forgot about too. Not a vertical bracket, but a support bracket for the GPU, but it is reversed. Yeah, we're definitely going to put that in. We're going to do that. I forgot about that. That is included with the case. Super awesome. Well, let's get these zip ties in. Hey, what's up, Keish? Yay, old brother. Popping in to say what's up. What's up? Over on the Twitch. Ballistic RAM, no RGB. I want a Trident Z now. Yeah, this is the Trident Z Neo RGB, which is specifically AMD Expo. So make sure when you go pick out that RAM, Chris, to check your QVL list on your motherboard and make sure you find a kit that is supported, or you might run into issues, especially with DDR5. Should I have went with DDR4? No. DDR5 is fine. You're just limited to 2 sticks with DDR5 because of the stability issues when you try to run 4. And then really the sweet spot with DDR5 is 6000 megahertz CL30. That's really the sweet spot. You can go up to like 6400 CL32. But the number one thing you need to do is go to that QVL list from your manufacturer's motherboard manufacturer's website and check that QVL list and verify the kit that you want to purchase, or go to that list and find a kit on that list to purchase, because that'll tell you that the RAM is 100% supported by the motherboard versus guessing and then getting a kit that doesn't work, which sucks. But you want to do that little bit of homework before you buy any RAM, especially with DDR5. It'll save you a lot of time and headaches. But even then, I've had people tell me horror stories about how things didn't work even though they followed all those instructions. So, hit or miss with DDR5. We'll have to figure that one out. Hey, what's up, Dad Bods? Lurking? Popping in for a lurk? Nice. Thank you for joining. Welcome back to the Build Show. Would a Z790 motherboard support 4 sticks of DDR5? No. I do not recommend in any motherboard that supports DDR5 to run 4 sticks of DDR5, period. I do not recommend it. We tried 3 sets of RAM and constant crashing unless I disabled XMP. Exactly. Yep, it's not stable. You can't run 4 sticks of DDR5, period. So if you want to get the maximum out of 2 sticks, you need to buy the 48 gigabyte times 2 kit, which is going to give you a grand total of 96 gigabytes. That is the maximum you'll be able to run on DDR5 with 2 sticks. That is why those kits exist, is because of that problem. Exactly, 100%. For DDR5, just aim higher. You don't want to upgrade right away, because if you upgrade, you're replacing your 2 sticks that are in there. Just pretend that your DDR5 motherboard only has 2 slots. That's the easiest way I can make it. And then also, if you're doing Intel, make sure it's Intel XMP. If you're doing AMD, do AMD Expo. Yes, technically AMD Expo should be supported on Intel, and Intel XMP should be supported on AMD platform, but they aren't perfect. I would recommend keeping the two together, if you know what I'm saying. You got a 14900K and a 4080 Super coming. Do I need to worry about issues with the 14900? Yes. The first thing you need to do, because it is a K series CPU, is make sure you update your BIOS with the latest microcode that was deployed. So whatever motherboard that you got, make sure you go to the manufacturer's website, download that BIOS update, and do that BIOS update immediately. The reason why is because the 14900K, KF, any of the Ks, are degrading over a short period of time of usage because too much voltage is being sent to the CPU. That has been an ongoing problem with Intel. And this is like the 4th microcode update that they've sent out that supposedly fixed the problem. That hasn't really fixed the problem. So, I mean, it has, but it hasn't. But it has. At least, I don't know. It's kind of mixed signals now from Intel. Like, I don't know what to believe. It's coming pre-built from Yeyen. Yeyen. What? Would they not have done any of that? They should have done that. But I would double check it, just to protect yourself. Double check it. So personally, I'd rather have 64 gigs of slower RAM than, say, 16 gigs of faster RAM. But that's just me personally. Yeah, I mean, most cases, it's better, especially when it comes to, like, gaming in most applications, but there are some use case scenarios that will benefit with faster RAM. So, depending on what you're using it for. Tattoo Tuna, I have 4 sticks. I know. I know you have 4 sticks. And somehow it magically worked. And I'm just not going to say anything about it there, because you know me, I jinx stuff. So, let's not talk about it. And pretend you didn't say that, Tat. Thanks, appreciate you, bro. Yeah, no problem. Fuck, I should hunted for a 7800X3D. Yeah, the 7800X3D is a great processor. The problem is availability right now. It's impossible to find. Like, I can get them still, but they're not cheap. They are not at MSRP pricing right now because of the demand. So, kind of sucks. My next build is going to be a Threadripper for sure. Oh boy. Yeah, once you get the itch, it doesn't stop, and you just got to keep climbing that ladder. Just got to keep climbing that ladder. until there's nothing else to build. And then what do you do? What do you do after what do you do with yourself when there's nothing else better to build than what you have? What do you do? I don't even know. Like, what do you do? You go outside and touch grass then? Or lay down in the grass and look up at the sun? Assuming it's sunny outside. Probably raining if that happens. For me, anyway. That's one problem, is the Arctic logo I don't think can be changed. It will be upside down. But so is GeForce RTX. Remember, we're building an upside down build. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that bracket in here real quick. Pretty sure I have to take the, because this, I'm pretty sure goes on the back side of the card here. Double check the instructions, because I can't remember where the hell this thing goes. GPU anti-sag bracket. Yes, it goes right where I said it was. And pretty much exactly how I anticipated it. Oh. Shit. Yeah, we're gonna go with installation 1. Does it even have enough clearance? I'm gonna have to do this later because it says I have to remove the motherboard, and I do not want to do this on the stream. And I have to double check to see if this is even gonna clear it, because the bracket's gonna go right here, and I don't know that there's gonna be enough space here. I actually don't even need the back side of it, like I was thinking. We'll make this work. I might not even have to take the card out, honestly. I should be able to slip it in there right underneath. Let's give it a go. Let's see what happens. Oof! You know, I referenced that thing. I should have looked at the instructions before I put the board in, but I think I could make this work. Duh. I've had so many duh moments on this build. Come back, Gamers Nexus. We need you. These drivers are super convenient for stuff like this. I always thought you had to boot in the BIOS. I mean, maybe nowadays you can update from within Windows. Do not touch any buttons when updating. Yeah. Hold on, there must be more to this. What's wrong with 4 sticks? 4 sticks is very unstable DDR5. That's what's wrong with 4 sticks. Give me all the PCI lanes. Yes, you want all the PCI lanes. You start adding RAID cards for NVMEs and build a server. You could. I mean, this one's got 4 drives. 4 M.2 drives in here. It ain't sunny in Florida, good grief. I'm so tired of these hurricanes. Oh, man. Yeah, you still alive down there? Kidding. How's, I know it's hitting soon, or landing soon, right? Or has it already landed? That BIOS update is as simple as downloading it and running the update, right? Basically. So you download the update, put it on a thumb drive, boot to the BIOS, go to the, you know, if it's ASUS, the Easy Updater, if it's MSI Center, the, what is it called? Can't remember the name of it. Anyway, it has its own name for each manufacturer. You select the updater tool, and then you select the BIOS file that you extracted to the USB drive, and then it will go through and do the update. Now, after you do the update, it is going to factory default everything in your BIOS. So if you had any specific settings, it would be a good time to write those down before you run the update, or just deal with it afterwards and just know the changes that you have to make. For example, XMP or AMD Expo needs to be reset. If you have any specific fan curves in the BIOS, you have to go through and reset those. Those are probably the most basic. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you do need help with the BIOS update, I can help with it. I can do it mostly remote, although I'd have to walk through a couple of pieces because the remote session won't work in the BIOS, for example. Oh yeah, this is gonna work. This is gonna work, guys. To make this work. Hope there's enough clearance there. There we go. Didn't have to remove the motherboard. Look at that. Looking pretty dope. Alright, so now we just need to get our power cords plugged in. Then a power supply. Oh, you don't hear me? What's up, Steve? Haven't been talking, sorry. Welcome back to the Build Show. Write down motherboard model and BIOS version. Yes. Restart PC, smash delete key until you're in the BIOS. Write down motherboard model, search motherboard model online, and see if latest BIOS version. The other thing you can do is just download CPU Z. It'll tell you your motherboard model. And then search for it, Google it, or shoot me a message and I can, if you at least give me the, it's like built-in hub, yeah. I can give you the motherboard model and the download link for your BIOS if you need help. Probably just gonna leave it alone, it's pre-built. Yeah, but the problem is, even with a warranty, if you send back the build, it might take months before you get it back. And if it's pre-built, just call their support then. If, you know, they probably have support on it. They'll probably do it for you. What's going on? I was forced to stream. I don't feel good. Yes. I took the pills. The only reason why I'm still here functioning. You know, I didn't like the look of the inverted at first, but it's really coming around. Yes. Don't tell me, Dave, you were thinking about... Don't tell me, Dave, you were thinking about telling me to put it back. I would have. But I still would if you needed me to. Least I could do with all my screw-ups I had on this one, which aren't really like terrible screw-ups. It's just oops, you bought 120 millimeter fans instead of 140 for the radiator. Just trying to be cheeky and all. I want to get this plus torque. Come on. There we go. That looks a little better. Then we'll need one more tie here. Running around. one of the last things we gotta do, well, is the power supply. It's the cables. One cable. Oh, particularly, I gotta locate here and run to the top of the board. Hopefully it'll fit. Look at all these cables too. Oh, do you plan on putting any drives in the SATA cages? These are hot swaps, Dave. I almost did an invert because me and my wife share a desk, and my PC is on my left, so I can't see all the pretty. I would never, because that means I'd have to invert my desk, and I couldn't be bothered in the slightest. It's all good. You think the GPU cable would look better underneath? The problem with that is the AIO tubes are very tight, so it'll be putting a lot of force on that cable, and I don't want to do that because it's got the 12 volt the high volt, the 12 volt high volt, whatever you want to call it. Hey, what's up, Poke Chris? Welcome to the build stream, sir, and thank you for the follow. And all damn motor sports, thank you for the tip. $10 tip. That was 14 minutes ago. I missed that. Much appreciated. And then Lee over on Facebook, thank you for the like. You could tell I'm very terrible at keeping track of my notifications over there in the mini feed. It's called the mini feed for a reason. It's I don't ever get notifications there. I feel like I'm always paying attention to the chat. I don't think I'll be adding more drives anytime soon. Okay. Well, you want me to plug these in? Because these are hot swaps, which means all the cables are here. I can just get the cables plugged in. At least. Forgot about those because this is a 11 Evo XL. Those are included. Let's go ahead and just plug them in. Remember where the hell they are! I think they're going to be up here. Dave's like, Ben, just finish the build so I can go to bed, damn it. Man's probably gotta work. Alright, so there's that. Come on. Alright guys, we're getting the surgical pliers out. That's why, as a PC builder, you own surgical pliers. I'm hearing all the liquid go bloop, 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 bloop. These are technically things I should have done before I put the GPU in. We wouldn't have had this problem. Come on. Okay, I don't understand that, but okay. There we go. Got those in. Everything's plugged in except for the fans on the backside and the power supply. And then power to the hubs and all that. Yeah. Alright, we gotta make sense of some of this. Oh gosh darn it, I forgot there's an RGB strip on the case here too! We do have to plug this in up there. My goodness. Falling apart here today. Okay. Need the surgical pliers again once we flip it back over. Not a big deal. Alright. Back to whatever the hell we were doing. Very strange to put a power supply in this way. Hey, what's up, Army Vet? How about them? They bouncing. Maybe bouncing. Hey, I also have a question. Is your company location near Detroit, Michigan? Because that's where I'm going to college. Yes. Yep, I'm in Lake Orion, Michigan, which is about 45 minutes from Detroit, Michigan. It's a question over on Twitch. Terrible at remembering things. No. I don't think I'll be adding more drives. Okay, we already... Yeah, why not? Who knows if... Yeah, so that way they're all plugged in and ready to go. You just have to slide the drives in. Right? Legend has it, a 4090 can power an entire... Yeah. You shall be my PC builder when I want my 6090 Ti. Oh, okay. Nice. And my Intel 1999 Super Duper. No, it would actually be called Ultra now. Remember, they switched from the Intel Core series to the Ultra. So we're now back to Ultra. Super Duper. So it would be more like Ultra Super Duper is probably what it would be. How much would it cost to build a NAS? A NASA? Are you saying a NAS or a NASA? Hey, what's up, Mitch? How's it going? Welcome to the Build Show, Mitch. Welcome. These are all comments over on YouTube. Melee Weapon. What's the build? The build is a AMD Ryzen 9 7950X 3D on a Asus ROG Strix X670E gaming Wi-Fi motherboard with an RTX 4090, and then I think we have 64 gigs of DDR5 Expo Trident Z5 Neo RGB, and then we have multiple M.2 NVMe SSDs, but the primary is the Samsung 990 Pro, and then there's a mixture of Kingston sized drives in there as well. And then we have a Seasonic Vertex 1200 watt power supply. And we're going in the Lian Li Evo XL in black, and we have it inverted, reversed, which means he could put the computer on the left side of his desk and have the glass facing him. This is one of the few cases that you can do that with. There's quite a few cases actually out there that can do that, but one of the few that allows you to do it both ways without having to do some major modifications. So, a space station. NASA PC. Oh, okay. I don't know. NASA probably still uses hardware from the 80s or 90s. No joke. We're just dealing with some cable management here. The bisexual PC case. That a world we live in. What a world we live in. Giggity, giggity, goo. Giggity, giggity, goo. All right. And I took off the Wraith Stealth cooler, getting 95C on some stability testing, and put my Thermalright Peerless Assassin 120 in. Now the highest temps on any test is 64C. Yes, Thermalright Peerless Assassin is a beast. Twitch, I'm going to kick you in the junk. Tonight should have been 14 streak, and it reset to 1. Why does it do that? Yeah, Army Vet, you've been on every single one. I remember. Why does it do that? That is so stupid. Aha! I forgot one thing, guys. This is the build called I Forgot We're Reversed. I forgot to put in the bottom rear fan. I gotta do that real quick. Hold your horses. Pause. Reverse. Ugh. Ugh. It's okay, it's just one single fan that we have to put in. Plugging in the fans, I'm like, wasn't there supposed to be 4? 4 cables? Duh. Cat says if you pull up the stream from your phone and then go to PC, it resets it. The case that breaks Ben. No, this is not the case that breaks Ben. I haven't lost it yet. I'm here. I'm still here. We're all good. I'm getting old. Okay, fan installed. Yep, no idea. Well, Cat says it was because it was opened up on your phone, and then on the PC it resets it. There's a bug. Cat over on YouTube says that. Apparently that's a bug that I didn't even know about. I can hear you falling out from here. What? No. Dave says he takes pride in this. I hope you enjoy it, Dave. I hope you do. Bigger the build, the bigger the problem. Isn't that how it goes? All these SATA cables. Hope we have enough on the power supply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah. Definitely have enough on here. I think we have the other cables here too. I told them to grab them. Which is why I did that. Yep, no idea. I wasn't on the phone though. I've only ever had watching it through the PC. Yeah, I don't know. Strange. Tad Army Vet says he's only ever been watching through his PC. He didn't open it up from his phone. Any other ideas? I keep looking for what I can put in the new case that's gold color. You might have to paint some stuff, yep. If you had DDR4, Trident Z Royal had a gold at one point. So that would have been cool. I actually did that once. Used that RAM only ever once. All of this is to play Guitar Hero 5's 5 frames faster. It's capped at 60. Oh my goodness. Like the late Notorious Big says, more money, more problems. Yeah. That's odd. I know that's a bug with the phone and the PC, not aware of anything else. Yeah, neither am I. I know it was gold and diamond looking. Probably would have been perfect. All that bling that you were looking for. It's the bling look. Bling look that you're looking for, right? We'll have to figure out where those cables want to be. We'll probably tie them up like something. Look at that here in a moment. Gotta get the top side down. Oh my gosh, that's heavy. Alright. So here's my no header. I'm glad I didn't set up because that. There. What is it? Why aren't you plugged in? We have a splitter on the way for that. Yeah. Wasn't on the phone. Let's see. No, this does not. This will flip over this way. It's a door for 2.5-inch SSDs, and I have it open right now. It's not closed. Odd question, but my GPU only lights up green on the 3080. Is there a way to change it, or maybe even change out the fans to RGB ones? Yeah, there's mods you could do for the fans. The green that you have on your GPU, which GPU do you have again? Is it the Lenovo GPU? Because if it's Lenovo, then likely no. It'll probably just stay green. Doesn't have any RGB probably effects on it. Oh, it dawns on me now that I need new Windows key, won't I? Yes. I'm pretty sure I put it on the new invoice for you, because I thought of that as well. Yeah, I already put the new Windows key on there, Dave. You already paid for it. I got you. Don't worry. I do some things right. Oh, lucky me, LOL. Fantastic. Yeah. Already taken care of. Once we get this fired up, we'll be able to reactivate it for you. We're also going to have a lot of fun with the driver, so kind of glad I have a little bit of extra time to play around with it. That's about as clean as it's going to get. Not terrible. A little jungly right there, but I mean, that's where literally everything is plugging in, so I can't do much with that. All right, there's one last connection we have to complete, and then our journey to the dark side will have been completed. Knew I should have plugged this in first. Whew! We did it. We got it. Maybe one more zip tie for old time's sake. Okay. Now the next problem is how the hell do I show you guys this PC? Because all my cameras are set up for not reverse. I have to show it to you upside down. And maybe I can invert the camera. Never thought I'd have this issue. All right. Who's ready to see this thing upside down? Dave, you tell me when you're ready to push this power button. Sore arms are going to be sore in the morning? Nah, it's fine. 3-fan card. It's a long sucker. Oh, lucky me. LOL, fantastic. Dave, let me know if you're ready for me to power this on. Tell me. Go for it. Go. We're upside down right now. Let me see if I can invert the camera for you. Now down is up and up is down. But it's also reversed now because it's flipped. So it looks like it would be the right side, but it's actually the left side because the camera's flipped now. But will it run Crysis? I don't know. That's actually a good question. You can see my feet down here on the floor. Clean. Love it. And we do have a post, guys, so that's a good sign. Let's go ahead and click yes and see what happens here. This is complaining that there's new hardware. We know there's new hardware. Oh shoot, do you have a pin on this by chance, Dave? If you do, that's probably going to be a reset. It's going to force a reset on the pin, probably. My power started flickering when you powered it on. Thanks, Ben. Hey, you know what? It took a lot of juice to fire this thing up. I'm sorry. Stole juice from Florida. You guys don't need it right now, do you? I did, no biggie, lol. All right. Well, in that case, then you might have to come here to finish the rest of it because I'll need your Microsoft password in order to get into the PC. And if you don't want to give that to me, then you'd have to come here and sign in. That's the crappy part about that. I didn't think of that until just now. Ah! We should have just removed the pin. I was probably forced to reset on it. Yeah, it's blue screening right now. So we're off to a great start. Inaccessible boot device. Nice. So this is what will happen when you do a change sometimes from a platform to platform. Tried to load up probably the old drivers and it blue screened. And it's like, wait a second, these drivers don't match. Give them up your password. No, not in here. Do not do that. I'll reach out to you probably tomorrow morning and grab it. Because I'm probably going to be done for the night here after this. I just want to make sure it boots up the Windows. Because if it doesn't, we might have to reload. I'm hoping it figures out, Windows figures out, hey, it's a new motherboard, and then reconfigures Windows. Usually it does that. In this case, it's just trying to boot, trying to use the old drivers. Yeah, blue screen again. So, that'll be interesting. My password is a password 2121. Oh boy. So we're blue screening because of the platform change from Intel to AMD. I can guarantee that's why we're blue screening. How to fix that though? That is the question. So I'm gonna go into recovery mode. This is probably where it's gonna ask for a password. I'll just get with you tomorrow and get all that. Dang, it's one thing after another with this PC. Yeah, it doesn't even want to go to the recovery environment. A required device isn't connected or can't be accessed. You'll need to use recovery tools if you don't have any installed. Okay. Well, we'll try to do that. He just wants to PUBG on your PC? No. No. I'm not feeling anything tonight. I'm actually just tired. I am tired today. Don't know that I'm going to be playing anything. Yeah, we're still blue screening. All right. Well, this is cool. We're blue screening. How exciting. Let's change our USB drive to the boot drive. Save and exit. Let's try to repair Windows from USB drive. What do you need, a new motherboard? No. So we took all of his, we did a platform change. We went from Intel to AMD. So what that means is Windows right now that was previously installed is looking for Intel chipset drivers and probably security for that Intel CPU and it doesn't exist. So it's going through a little bit of a freak out session. Generally, you'll go through a freak out session when you go and do a platform change like this. Some motherboards do, and some motherboards don't. MSI is actually super easy about that. So ASUS seems to be a little bit more difficult. I'm going to boot from the USB drive and try to repair. See if we can figure it out from there. Hopefully we can. Do I have a P.O. box for people to send you things? No, it's my direct address that you're sending to. Right now, I don't have a P.O. box. Which, you know, if you look up at Power Gaming Computers, that's the address on Google. The reason why is because I have local customers that come here. So if you want to send me weird things, you're more than welcome to. Boo! Yeah, no, you can send it to the address if you want. It's just not a P.O. box. It's a physical address. It's the location. It's even better than a P.O. box. All right, it's attempting repairs, Dave. So that's a good sign. And it hasn't rebooted yet. So we'll let this go ahead and run. I'll keep at it. I'll reach out to you probably tomorrow morning, at some point tomorrow, and get your password. And then hopefully this gets through the repair and we can finish up that side of it. Worst case scenario, we have to reinstall Windows. So that is the worst case scenario, but I'll reach out to you before I do anything like that. They are chunky boys now. That GPU is what, again? Man, I remember when the 1080 was released. Oh yeah, this is the RTX 4090. All right, we're still getting the stop error. Oh, but we can get to our startup settings now. That's new. So let's go to 5. Safe mode with networking. See if we can get those drivers uninstalled. Safe mode is so far not working. Okay, inaccessible boot device. Nice. So just out of curiosity, did you by chance have whatchamacallit installed? BitLocker. Do you know, Dave? You know if BitLocker was active? That'll suck if it is. Guess not the end of the world. I could just throw another power supply over there, a graphics card, and pull the SSD, the boot drive, put it in that one, boot it up, and disable BitLocker. Just takes forever. F8 for startup settings, escape for UEFI. You'll wait on my word? Sounds good. Yeah, I'll try to get through this. If you get set up through Affirm, I'm sure a lot of people would use you as well. I'm set up with Pay Tomorrow. Affirm was honestly just greedy bastards. When I looked at them, they're really bad. Like, the amount of interest you pay with Affirm is insane. Although Pay Tomorrow is pretty high now too. This was also before COVID, pre-COVID. So pre-COVID credit was way different. After COVID, there's a whole bunch of debt flying around and interest rates skyrocketed everywhere. So interest just sucks everywhere. I've never went out to look for BitLocker, does it come with some programs? It would have been with Windows, and you would have had to probably enable it unless it came enabled with your account settings. Damn, all my A-Firm has been pretty cheap. Well, that's pretty good. That might mean you just have really good credit. So, yeah, we're not looking so good. I'm gonna figure this out, though. I'm gonna do a little bit of research, figure it out, see what we can do. Well, that's it, guys. That's it for the night. I'm going to call it. And we'll probably be back live either Friday or Saturday with another build stream. Because I've got one more to do that I have ready. Ready to go. We just got to finish this guy up. Then I got to finish a couple other things that are coming in. And then we can do another build stream. So probably Friday or Saturday will probably be the next build stream. Yeah, it's probably not BitLocker. It probably would have... Probably wouldn't have even made it to... I'm just thinking out loud. Probably wouldn't have even made it to the Windows loading screen if BitLocker was on. It would have told me that the drive is locked immediately. So, we'll figure it out. Just gonna need some time and research. Alright, guys. That's it. We're done for the night. We'll see you guys on the next one. Possibly Friday, most likely Saturday. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night. Happy hump day.